God's care in times of loss. The experience of being an orphan or widow has evolved over time and can vary greatly depending on one's society. Today, while the intensity of such conditions may differ from the past or from more dire areas around the globe, the absence of a dependent in one's life remains a significant void. Recognizing this, the Bible calls on believers to support orphans and widows, highlighting God's concern for the most vulnerable among us. Exodus chapter 22, verse 22 to 24, Psalm 68, verse 5, Isaiah 1:17, as well as James 1:27 are all passages that encourage believers to take care of the vulnerable. Throughout my time in ministry, I have encountered individuals in desperate circumstances following the loss of a loved one who was their main source of support. The pain and uncertainty that accompany such losses can be overwhelming. Genesis chapter 50 verses 22 through 26 records the last days of Joseph. The children of Israel had enjoyed a privileged status in Egypt, largely due to Joseph's influence. Now, with Joseph's impending death, they feared the loss of their security and well-being. Yet, in this moment of uncertainty, Joseph reassured them with a promise of God's faithfulness. He says, "I am dying, but God will surely visit you and bring you out of this land to the land of which he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob." Joseph knew what God can do when one loses dependence. He lost his family some years back, betrayed and falsely accused, and finally went to prison. Yet, God took care of him, even when all human help had failed. When human support fails, divine help remains constant. Our dependence may not be there until the end, but God remains. In our deepest moments of loss, God's providence remains. As Christians, we are called to trust in God's provision and care, especially in times of loss. Let us remember that God's promises of provision are ever sure. They offer hope and security in times of the loss of a dependent relative. You are never alone. Somebody cares so much about you, and he is your everlasting dependent. May the Lord bless you.